All right, what's going on, everybody? This is the Poképod, your one-stop shop for everything Pokemon. I am Devon, and I'm here with my friend Matt. Matt, how are we doing today?
Good, dude.
Good. We are a few days past the release of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So I know I'm excited too. I'm a little giddily. I'm obsessed with this game. But Matt, I wanted to start off. Let's talk about this game. Your initial reactions after the first 3 days of you playing it.
I mean, pretty good. I started out hating it. I mean, like, really hating it, dude.
Why did you hate it?
Because the catch mechanics right at the beginning, I didn't get it. I didn't get how it was gonna, like, I guess, transfer into this game. But now that I learned all the XP, like, is shared, dude, I'm going crazy.
Now, let me ask: did you start off playing with the Nintendo in the dock, or did you play it in the tablet mode in your hands?
I'm doing Game Boy style the whole time.
Yeah. See, I started off with it in the dock, and I was struggling hardcore, just kind of like you were. I couldn't get a nice or even like a great throw, so I was just throwing Pokeballs all over the place. I was like emptying out my inventory. It was a big struggle for me.
Oh, dude! Now whenever I encounter something I want, I like lay my thing down on a flat surface so it doesn't move at all, and I leave it there and hit like the A button.
Yeah.
Toss it.
The worst part about it is I think my left joystick is it gets stuck a little bit to the right, so like I'll press ready up to start throwing a Pokeball, and all of a sudden it'll start shifting to the right by accident, so I do the same thing. I kind of just wiggle it around a little bit, and then just press A, and then I won't move.
Yeah, dude, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, but so
You win it.
give us a walkthrough here, Matt. Where are you in the game? What kind of Pokemon do you have? Which ones are you looking to get? Like, kind of give me an overall. Give me your storyline so far.
All right, let me... Oh, dude, this Eevee's about to get away from me. I mean, this Vulpix, hold up.
See, guys, this is why Poképod's the best kind of Pokemon game, because we're doing a live talk session right here, and he's playing the game at the same time. That's why podcast is such a great thing.
Yeah, right. All right, so I just got off the SSN, and then I wanted to catch a shiny Vulpix. So now, I've just been going crazy with that. My lowest level is a level 50 Pikachu. Level 50. I just got off the SSN. I have 3 badges.
Wow. So you've been obviously grinding hard. Now, you mentioned the Vulpix, you want to get a shiny one. So can you kind of explain to people how that whole thing works with shinies? I know I kind of sent you an article the other day, but you've probably done your own research on it. Can you kind of explain to people how the shiny thing works and what you've been trying to do to get a shiny Vulpix?
It's like, after you catch 5 in a row, I think the odds are like 1 in every 4,000 or something. You get to roll a shiny, and then every like 10 or 15 more you get on that bonus, up to like 30 in a row, counts for like, I think it gets to like 4 out of 4,000. You get a chance to roll a shiny.
Yeah,
I think that's how they did it.
I think it's 31. You get 4, and then anything after 31, it stays at 4. And even though you're 4 times more likely to catch one at 31 than you were at 1, the odds are still ridiculously insane. It's still really hard to find.
That's like a 1% chance. You're still going to be walking around for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, we talked about this morning.
So
what was your catch combo at for the Vulpix, and you still have yet to catch one?
Oh, everyone's leveling up right now. I'm at 171.
And you have not seen one shiny Vulpix yet?
No, I caught 2, but
oh, that's right.
They're one's extra small, the other one's extra large, and I just want a regular old Vulpix.
See, I don't know what your hang-up is. I can understand the extra small, but why the XL? You had this issue in Pokemon Go too. You wanted all normal types. What's wrong with an overly large in Pokemon?
I don't know. I don't want some obese Pokemon on my team or some shrunken little one on my team. I just want a regular old Pokemon.
You don't want a Pokemon that's bigger than all the other Pokemon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
I mean, dude, you can get like a Vulpix that weighs like 50 pounds, and it's like a foot off the ground. Just a little sausage.
No, I noticed too
a little pork roll coming.
One of the things I noticed too with the catch combos was you'll get a ton of multipliers, especially when you're going higher up. And I know you saw it yourself. You can get into like, I think the highest one I go was 2,000 XP for one catch, and it all depends on the type of throw you have, whether it be nice, great, excellent, or nothing. It's a size bonus 2 you get for the size of the Pokemon, and then
Oh yeah, I actually go
combo
after
bonus.
the ones with like the size on them because
Yeah.
they give more XP.
Yeah, it's funny sometimes too because I haven't noticed a whole lot of consistency. I shouldn't say consistency, but correlation between it because like I feel like I catch the same Pokemon 2 times in a row and I'll get 2 very different XPs even though I've done the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know what that factor is. Might be something to do with the CP.
It might have something to
Or
do with
like,
that, yeah.
I have no idea.
Now, Matt, you've
This
you've
game,
obviously been able to do like a bunch of different things, like when it comes to adding TMs or buying TMs or just leveling up your Pokemon to get certain moves. Is there like a favorite move you have so far that you've gotten with any which of your Pokemon?
oh dude, Swift is my absolute favorite move because it just never misses.
And that's on your Eevee, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, and on the Mew, I got that Pokeball plus what breed.
Oh, that's right. I gotta figure this out. Do you know, as a person who didn't get the Pokeball Plus, am I gonna be able to get Mew at some point in time in the game? Are they gonna let me like transfer it over? Or am I gonna get it like post game?
They said no, but I mean,
I'm sorry.
You can go to GameStop and just buy one, dude. I saw them just like behind the rack. They just had boxes of those Pokeballs.
You know what? I'm gonna put the explicit tag on this podcast anyways, but that's bullshit. Okay, that's bullshit. I want my Mew. I earned my Mew in the other game. I should be able to transfer it
Right?
over. I can understand if like I can't get it until a certain point in the game, but if they're not gonna let me get it at all because someone spent an extra $20 that didn't play Pokemon Go, that really annoys
Pretty
me.
much, bro.
That really annoys me. But is there like
Yeah,
another
it's not
move?
unfair.
Yeah, it is unfair. Is there another move like besides Swift that maybe like cutscene wise? Because you know like some of the moves have like a little cutscene they do before they attack. Is there any of those you like that you've gotten so far?
I think I haven't gotten it, but someone used a seismic toss on one of my dudes, and when he went into Earth, I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I found it.
I was like, what the fuck?
I can't.
Like, what's going on?
What's the name of the city where Missy's gym is? I can't remember off the top of my head. I should know this by now.
Wait, which gym?
The one that Missy's at. What the hell's the name of it? I can't remember it.
Solarius?
Something like that. Whatever it is. The one where you can find
I have no
Misty.
idea.
It's right after Mount
Yeah.
Moon. But you travel north of there, and I think it was one of the Machops from one of the trainers up there is when I first saw Seismic as well. I actually recorded it and shared it on my Twitter. It's pretty cool. But actually, in that same town, I learned a TM move from some random character inside one of the buildings, and I got Zippy Zap for my Pikachu. Now that's a really cool move too. It's really
Zippy
strong.
Zap?
Yeah, the names in this game are a little questionable.
Zippy Zap.
Again, the 3 moves I've learned so far that are special moves for Pikachu are Zippy Zap, I think it's called Floaty Falls, and then Splishy Splash. I'm like, you couldn't come up with better names than that.
My gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But have you been able to find out the judge option yet, where it's basically kind of like an IV calculator for your Pokemon? And did you find out where you can do that? And have you checked out your Pokemon?
No to all those questions.
All right, so this will probably help you then and anybody else that's listening to this. But if you go to a lot of the things you can see online is, you want to get a Pokemon when you do the catch combos, especially not only looking for a Pokemon that's shiny, but you're also looking for a Pokemon that has flawless IV stats. So that's basically like whether it be special attack, regular attack, speed, health, defense, and special defense. All those are flawless, so it means it's the very best it can be for that Pokemon. And in order to calculate what your Pokemon's IV stats are, you can't get it. You don't just get it initially right off the bat. You got to go searching for it. And what you got to do is you got to go to the right of Vermilion City. You got to go through the little forest area over there where there's trainers. You got to go walk all the way over there. And then there's a building in between that area and where you actually encounter your first Snorlax. Have you gone there yet, Matt?
No, I
Okay.
haven't even gone to see him yet, dude.
All right, so this will give you a little bit of a spoiler. Sorry, I'm spoiling this for you, but there's a building that brings you. It's basically just like an entranceway in between one area to the next. If you go to the top floor of that building, one of Professor Oak's assistants is up there, and I think
Oh, I know exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So I think you have to catch 40 species of Pokemon before he'll give it to you, but he'll allow you to get a judge. It's called a judge option, and then basically what you do is you go to your Pokemon summary. You'll click Y to judge its stats, and then it'll give you on the top right of the screen its stats. It'll be either good, amazing, okay, or flawless. And I guess apparently from watching YouTube videos, the only way you can get a flawless IV is if you change some kind of thing with Madame Celadon over in Celadon City. So you got to have like a certain stat like encounter thing. I can't remember what it is, but you have to YouTube that in order to figure that out. But I have yet to find one. I have a lot of amazing stats for like my Growlithe that I was trying to get the catch combo with and the shinies on. They're really close to perfect IV, but I have yet to get a flawless one, obviously, because I haven't done that thing with Madame Celadon yet. But yeah, so that's how you get your judge option.
Yeah, I think they said that your Eevee and Pikachu that you either start the game with have perfect IVs.
Yeah, yep. I think it's both of them, actually. They're ridiculously stronger than like a wild Pokemon version of themselves. But yeah. Yep. I also noticed that like the Charmander, the Bulbasaur, and the Squirtle that you get in the game from the characters wherever you may find them, they're also really, really high. I don't think if they're not flawless, they're really, really close to it, and rightfully so. You're just kind of giving them to them when they're supposed to be a main starter Pokemon in other games. So.
Oh yeah, dude! I'd snag all of them up. They're gonna be in my party the whole time.
Yeah. All right, so I want to take a chance here to put in the trivia question I said I was going to put in episode 1 of the Poképod. So, Matt, do not spoil this. Do not give away the answer. You might not even know the answer.
If I even know the answer yet.
You might not even know the answer. But I said this on score'em.com for those of you who didn't see it. For those of you who are listening to this now, this is a trivia question. What you have to do is listen to it, figure out what the answer is, and then go on score'em.com where this episode is going to be posted in a blog. You can find me at Devon Clements on there. It's one word, Devon Clements. And be the first one to comment the answer on the blog, and you'll get 50 SCR. Again, 50 SCR if you answer this question correctly, and you're the first one to answer it correctly. So, the question is, what Pokemon must be caught with a Master Ball in the Pokemon realm? Again, I'll say it. Which Pokemon must be caught with a Master Ball in the Pokemon realm? And I'll say it one last time. If you're the first one to answer it correctly on the score and blog post for this episode 1, you will win 50 SCR, which you can use on the site for whatever you may want to use it for. I know it's a big update coming out today. Hint, hint, a bunch of investors might be putting more money into Score'em, so the value of SCR is going to go up. So this might be more valuable a few days from now than it might be today. So, hop on it while you can. All you got to do is Google that shit, but you got to listen to it first. Listen to this podcast. All right, Matt. So one of the things I want to talk about is there's probably a few people that haven't played this game much if they bought it already, or people that haven't bought the game yet maybe need some convincing, or they don't really know the proper way to approach it. Maybe they didn't play the old games that they did, but they just didn't do it the correct way, the thorough way. So what are some tips you can give to like new players entering the game for Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu or Pokemon Let's Go Eevee? What are some tips you can give them in order for them to get the best experience out of this game?
Buy like 100 Pokeballs and then go on a combo streak, then get your dudes up to level 50 before you even have a 4th badge.
It's true. It really is true. And it's something I didn't mention before when you were talking about the shinies. I forgot to mention it, but I myself got a shiny Growlithe. It was an extra small, which I wasn't too happy about, but
see?
Yeah.
You're not even happy about it.
I'm not. Obviously, I'd like an XL or regular. You just want a regular, so that's I'm a little bit less picky than you are. But no one wants a smaller Pokemon than everybody else. I mean, come on, everyone wants either the same size or bigger. But anyways, I caught my shiny Growlithe at a 38 catch combo, which I thought was pretty reasonable. I was pretty happy about that. That took me about, I think it was like 45 minutes to get up to 38. I did it just north of Vermilion City. They were spawning over there. And then after that, I got up to, I think it was like 132, and I still hadn't caught another one. So I went from 38 to 132. So that's like, around 90 more I caught, and I still didn't get another shiny. So that kind of just shows you the variations of which you can catch them. I got one relatively soon into the 4 reroll after 31, and then after that I couldn't find another freaking one. So it was terrible. But the one thing I want to mention about this, just like you just said, the catch combos are ridiculous. When I was up over past 100, I mean, over the course to get to 130 something, whatever it may be, I don't know how long it took you to get to where you were, but I think it took me maybe a couple hours, maybe a little bit more than that, two,
Oh
three
yeah.
hours.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, 2 to 3 hours brought my Pokemon from somewhere in the low 30s to like the mid 40s. So I mean that's pretty good for two to
Mhm.
3 hours of work. It's a lot better than going to a trainer and getting like 2 to 300 XP. Whereas I'm doing the catch combos, and I'm getting upwards of 1500 XP.
Oh,
So
for sure.
yeah, I definitely like that tip of get your catch combos early. After the second city, you can go into the forest and catch like a bunch of Caterpies or something like that and rack them up. Maybe even get a shiny. Is there any other
Yeah, right.
tips? Is there any other tips you can think of?
If they're not, or if they're only shiny hunting, they don't have to keep on catching them. As long as they get to like past like whatever the 30 number is to like unlock the shiny roll, they just have to keep on walking around then and just not break their streak.
Yeah, I
I
guess
mean,
that.
they can like, yeah, they can catch them for like the XP, but if they don't have the balls or like the money, they can just keep on walking around till one spawns.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I only mentioned continually catching them because of the XP bonus. Because in the end, if you have the money or you've battled enough
Oh
trainers,
yeah,
it's definitely worth it.
it's definitely worth it. Absolutely.
Anything else you can think of, Matt? Any other tips?
Uh,
How about just like the story mode in general? Are you the kind of person that likes to just fight a couple guys and get to the next main storyline mission, or do you like to like go through everything first? How do you like to approach it?
um, well, I was before when I got this game, I was gonna go through it all first, but dude, here I am, 4 hours into grinding.
Do you know how many hours of gameplay you have in that? Is it on your save screen anywhere?
I can actually go save it right now and see.
It should say it right in that
Geez,
screen
I hope
before
it's
you
not gonna
save.
be that long. Oh, 11 hours. And I'm gonna assume that most of this is
Just
most of
shiny
this
hunting.
is like just grinding. Yep.
Yeah, and another thing I do want to mention, this is probably gonna be the last thing before we wrap this up, was the Go Park. You were wondering how that worked, and maybe I can help explain to some people how it works. You have
Mhm.
to get down to, I believe, let me try to do it in my head right now. It's one, two, three, four, five. I think it's the sixth city, or it might be the fifth city off the top of my head. I'm not looking at a town map right now. Maybe you can look it up as I'm going on here, but you got to go to Fuchsia City, and Fuchsia City is where the Go Park is. Now, the Go Park is basically a Safari Zone version in this game for Pokemon Let's Go. If you play the past Pokemon games, you know that the Safari Zone was an area where there was certain unique Pokemon you could walk around. I think at one point in time, you could actually catch the Dratini in there, and it got you the Dragonite. That was one of the few spots you could get it. But you go to the Go Park, you go to the front desk, and it basically asks you, what do you want to do? Do you want to transfer Pokemon? Do you want to enter the Go Park, or do you want to enter the Play Yard? I actually haven't entered the Play Yard yet, so I got to try that on later today. But
Hmm.
from there, basically, it's going to ask you which Go Park you want to enter your Pokemon into if you click that option. And then it'll say searching for a Pokemon Go account. And then from there, you got to go on your Pokemon Go. And if you haven't synced it up already, you got to go to the settings screen and scroll to the bottom and click Nintendo Switch, and it'll connect the two. And then basically what you do is you go to your inventory on Pokemon Go, and there'll be a little switch option right next to the search bar. You click on that, so then it'll filter out any Pokemon that can't be transferred over to the game. And then you click on them, whichever ones you want to pick on. Then you click transfer, and then it'll basically just go to a connect screen where the two are trying to connect to each other. And then from there, it'll transfer it over. And then they'll be in the Pokemon Go Park, whichever one you chose. So then they'll be hanging out in there, unless you decide to catch them. And then if you catch them, you have them. And that's basically how that works.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, this I told you before the podcast that I caught my Mewtwo this morning. Now, I had written an article on Scorum, I think it was either last week or the week before, saying that you were going to need a Master Ball to catch a Mewtwo, because that's what I saw in all the forums I read about. But that's not true. I thought it took a lot less time than I expected. This morning at about 11 o'clock, as we're recording this on Monday morning, I started at about 11 o'clock trying to catch a Mewtwo, and it only took me 8 Pokeballs with no berries in order for me to catch it. So it was actually pretty easy.
Nice.
Yep. So I mean, the Pokemon come in relatively low. I think most of them came in at like level 20. It didn't really matter what CP they were. Like my Mewtwo came in at level 20, and then I brought in a Marowak. I brought in some of the legendary birds, And then I have a few shinies that I kept
What?
as well. Yeah, I brought in my Alola Muck, which is probably one of my favorite characters because he just has so much HP, and I use Toxic.
Oh yeah,
and
the
his other moves.
Onohans or whatever.
Yeah, so don't forget that either. I think fate is trying to hold me back from getting an Alola Raichu because I told you before I didn't have one, and I tried to get one from a woman that was in Saffron City, but when I tried to transfer it over this morning from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Let's Go, the connection wasn't working. So I still have yet to get the Alola Raichu, but I really, really want it.
Oh, Bree.
Yeah. Yep. So it's upsetting, but yeah, I mean, depending on what kind of person you are, how you want to approach this game, maybe you want to be able to beat the game first before you transfer in Pokemon. Maybe you want to make it a little bit easier for yourself. I mean, the way I look at it is they're giving you the option in the whatever I mentioned. It was like the 6th or 7th city. They give you the option to do it there for a reason because it gets hard. I like I told you. I think at the 4th city is when I kind of hit the wall and I had to start grinding a little bit because my Pokemon were significantly lower levels than the leader Pokemon there. So
Yeah, after you told me that, that's what also kind of made me want to do this grinding.
yeah. Once I hit the 4th gym, I think his name was Corgi, I don't know. I'm really bad with these names. It's just a matter of me just remembering them a little bit better. But once I hit him, his Pokemon were in the low 40s, and I was still in the low to mid 30s. So then that's when I decided to start grinding out the Growlithe catch combos, and now I beat him easily because of that. So yeah, be thorough. Take your time. Don't try to race through each of the gyms because you're gonna hit a serious wall if you just try to race through it. Fight. I personally think that fight everybody, every trainer possible, and then rack up the catch combos while you can. And if you're lucky, maybe if you do that, you'll get the shinies and some of the amazing stats as well, and you'll have some of the strongest Pokemon in the game.
Oh yeah, Bree.
But yeah, all right, Matt. So that's everything for episode 1. I'm glad we could talk about this. I hope everyone enjoyed this, and we will have episode 2 up within the next week or two. So Matt, thanks for joining me, man, and I'll talk to you again next time.
All right, dude. See you later, Bree.